Hi, this is Nancy Lee Vidra, and today I'm going to talk to you about your home's personality. In Pyramid Feng Shui, we define a personality through the 5 Feng Shui elements. And these are fire and water, earth, metal, and wood. You must know, first of all, that Pyramid Feng Shui divides the 5 elements into 2 groups. One are called the catalysts. One are called the contents. The catalyst Feng Shui are fire and water because they are the catalysts that actually shape or define all ways of making things and all sorts of motivational aspects. You can motivate with a high energy teaching method, which is fire, or you can motivate by slow, circuitous, step-by-step process like reading. So the catalyst to learn can be a fire catalyst or a water catalyst. Now, catalysts need content in which to affect. They only can influence when there's something to influence. The other 3 elements, which are wood, earth, and metal, are the actual content elements, and they always are influenced by the catalyst elements, which are fire and water. Now, in all of Pyramid Feng Shui's books and all of our manuals, we describe the personality of the 5 elements. But know that, for example, when you're reading about wood, which is all things that grow, not just the physical tree, that these content elements are always going to be influenced by the catalyst elements, fire and water. Let's take wood, for example. If you have in your home, let's say a Thomas Bentley chair, where wood is taken and through a process of bending, where there's steam sort of infused on the wood, the steam actually helps the wood bend. So you have a piece of furniture that has the catalyst of water and the content element of fire. Now let's take a chair that has been hammered, and let's say it has been grooved out and carved. So now you have more action involved with the production of the chair. So you have a fire catalyst and a content of wood. That's how you define all content elements. You align them with a catalyst element. Now, if I've confused you completely, I want you to just stop a minute and let's take a broad overview of what these elements actually mean. Well, fire is obviously related to the condition of fire, which fire is something that consumes. It's very active. It's very quick. It's very energetic. And so the fire element is a motivational, it's a stimulus, it's a spark, it's a match on your own wood pile of you to get it going. Water element, on the other hand, water always seeks to find its place on the lower level. Water is something that surrounds you, that you can float in. So the water element is a much more calming element. It's very persistent. It doesn't give up easily, but it basically is very calming. Probably the most confusing element is the one I mentioned before, which is wood, which is not just wood, but it's inclusive of all things that grow. And what is the common element that all things grow have in common? Well, that they're constantly in a state of change. You start from a bud, it evolves into a leaf, and it dries up, then it falls. That all things that grow continue to change their form. Therefore, the element of wood is an element of change. The next is the element of metal. And metal is the element that is always something with which to extract. It requires effort in order for metal to be taken out of the earth. It is something that you need focus and drive, and it projects the quality of paying attention. Metal element is very much associated with studiousness and focus of purpose. The third of the content elements, of course, is earth. And as we know, earth is, for us, that which is the most stable. It's the thing at which we are planted on from birth to death. It is the sustainer of all life on this planet, and it resonates with stability. These 5 elements all are associated with color, and all are associated with shape. We'll talk about that in another video. Thanks.